Hello, everyone. And yes, we have brought it back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Seeing the Whole Field. Now, I'm not sure if the NFL has won the race when it comes to their head coaching hires. And on today's episode of Seeing the Whole Field, that, ladies and gentlemen, is what exactly we are going to discuss with me, your host, Mike Valentine. Here we go. All right, everybody. Like I said, we're going to bring this thing back. It is your first episode in a long time of Seeing the Whole Field. Please do me a huge favor, like and share this video with all your sports loving friends. If you have a social media account like X or Facebook or Reddit or anywhere that you gather with your fanatics just like yourself, then give this channel a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, probably more than you even realize. And I want to thank you all before we get going for all that you do to help us spread the word about all gloves off sports media. And of course, today, with the special episode of Seeing the Whole Field. This coaching hire cycle had 10 head coaching hires. 9 of them have already been hired, and we believe that the 10th is Klint Kubiak. But the Raiders can't make that official until after the Super Bowl. If that is the case, all 10 of the new coaches will be white. I do have to mention that Robert Saleh is of Lebanese descent. So, we'll throw that in there as well. But I will say this, none of them are black. In his yearly Super Bowl week address, this is some of what NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell had to say about the league and the diversity thereof, or maybe not thereof. He said, quote, "I think we have become a more diverse league across every platform, including coaching, but we still have some more work to do. There's got to be more steps. We're reevaluating everything we're doing, including the accelerator program, including every aspect of our policies and our program to meet the challenges of today and tomorrow rather than yesterday. We need to be looking at that. And why did we have those results this year?" Close quote. Now, in a statement, you heard Goodell mention the accelerator plan. So, just what is this program? It's a diverse initiative that was to connect minorities and women in coaching/front office realm with team owners for the purpose of developing those relationships. Now, the league started the program in 2022 and paused it in May of 2025 to reimagine it and improve it for further effectiveness. Basically, the NFL acknowledged that it wasn't working, and so they paused it for a little bit. Now, there is still a rule that's in place currently to encourage minorities to be looked at during the ever-important hiring cycles. And this, of course, is the Rooney Rule. It was adopted in 2003 and requires every team with a head coaching, coordinator, or even a general manager opening to interview at least 2 minority candidates before it makes that hire for their team. So teams must also interview at least 1 minority candidate for the position of quarterbacks coach as well. I didn't know that, so I started researching this some more. Goodell said Monday that every team was Rooney Rule compliant in their head coaching cycle, and that he believes every team with a head coaching opening actually exceeded the Rooney Rule this year by interviewing more than the requisite 2 minority candidates. It was adopted in 2003, and it's the 5th time since then that no black head coaches have been hired in a coaching cycle. Now, guys, we've got a lot of great things on this channel. You can do the Red Hot Reds podcast. Sirhan's going to be doing a lot of stuff on here. You can catch me and Cheese on the Lights Out Sports podcast every Tuesday night. And then tonight, guys, we're going to be doing a special Lights Out Sports podcast that will focus on nothing but the Super Bowl. Cheese and myself at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for those of you on the West Coast. Pacific Time, it'll be 5 o'clock. And on the East, it'll be 7 o'clock. So 7, 5, and 6, depending on where you live, is when you can catch our special tonight, Cheese and I, the Lights Out Sports podcast, focusing on the Super Bowl that happens this coming Sunday. Now let's go back in here to the minority part of the NFL. Let me give you some things to kind of consider here. Is 5 of the 23 years a good thing or a bad thing? Is it a problem? If the Kubiak hiring becomes official, then 27 of the league's 32 head coaches will be white. Do you consider that a problem? And the 3 black head coaches are currently DeMarco Ryans of the Texans, Aaron Glenn of the Jets, and Todd Bowles of the Buccaneers. So would you consider any of these head coaches to be what we would call top tier NFL coaches? Now, my opinion here, ladies and gentlemen, I don't consider it a problem. But I'm also not a minority. Over 50% of NFL players are black. And depending on what source you use, it could be as high as 70%. For me, it doesn't bother me at all that it's somewhere between 50 and 70% of the players that I watch on a football field have different colored skin than I have. I see a uniform, not a skin color. But only roughly 10.5% of the NFL coaches are black. And I would say none of them are significant coaches. Not Ryans, not Glenn, not Bowles. So does it take a different mindset or a different skill set to transition from player to coach, or to just be a coach in this league? Roger Goodell in that same speech also went on to say this: I think long term it's something that we want to continue and figure out how could we use that to make sure that people understand at the level of talent that is out there and how to give them the opportunities to to continue their careers. And that all the talent across the NFL and people that are not in the NFL. Now, Roger, stop trying to deflect here, okay? The NFL has a color problem. And I'm thinking that the lack of black in the NFL has some people seeing red. If that is you, let me know in the comments. If you think the lack of color in the NFL is not a problem, let me know that too. But most of all, I hope this has helped you see the whole field. Remember, guys, like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications so you never miss a video right here on All Gloves Off Sports Media. I appreciate everyone being with us right now. Again, with myself, Mike Valentine, this is Seeing the Whole Field, one of the many podcasts that you'll be able to get right here on All Gloves Off Sports Media. And of course, we end this one a little different than we end most. So we'll say this: you're going to miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Keep that in mind. Remember it every day. And I'll see you back here on the next episode of Seeing the Whole Field. Thank you for tuning in.